All right. On December 25th, 1984, a spaceship crash lands in Kansas carrying the alien child Kal-El. The child grows up to become Superman, ushering in an age of heroes and setting this Earth on a course that will change his fate forever. These heroes and legends may be familiar to you, but their stories and their histories are not the same. This is Earth AP. Last time on Earth AP, King Calendar and the narrator investigate an attack on the Metropolis Museum of Science. Looks like Lex Luthor has hired some goons to steal something from the museum, a mother box. We are playing a super alpha version of my own tabletop RPG, issue by issue. As GM, my agenda is the following: portray a comic book universe, give the players action and adventure, be the players' biggest fans, make the players and characters core to the fiction, and play to find out what happens. Continuing our adventure tonight, we have Eclipse as King Calendar.
Mother Mia, here we go again. As a mother box. Hi, I'm Eclipse. I'm gonna be playing King Calendar. Hi.
We have Mom Bun as the narrator.
Yeah.
I have not a thing. I just thought of this. I think that King Calendar is he they now.
Oh hell yeah. Okay. I'll try and use them both.
Yeah.
He they. Good. Okay. He they. Narrators they them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Got it. Trying to make sure that I have everything up. I'm good. I got them all. Yeah. Last time, y'all were trying to foil the plans of one Lex Luthor. He's lowballing payment on some security types in a museum of science. Y'all went into a little staff only area underneath the main museum public floor, I think on the first level, and then y'all found two goobers trying to get a key card to get into a lower level to get what was revealed to be a mother box. Y'all kind of did a number on them, called up Dr. Fate, and Dr. Fate whooshed him out of there to get them healed, and hopefully out of the Lex Luthor's awful contracting companies, and that's where we left off. So y'all two were in that room last time. I'm guessing we're just picking up right exactly from there. Did you want to investigate the room at all? Were you looking to investigate more of this staff area that's been hidden off? What's the plan?
I'm gonna be up front. I'm gonna find where the mother box is.
Well, we know that those two goobers are trying to loot around in that office. It was the director or the head person that would have access to the lower levels where the mother box would be hidden or put away, I guess. That's where they are. That's where they were doing. They were trying to find that to then get lower. So y'all still don't quite know where the mother box is. Y'all have a rough approximation of okay, it's further underground, but as of right now, y'all don't have I guess a sense of where further underground is. Yeah.
I mean, I got a key card.
Okay, you did get a key card, right? You just found one.
Yeah, I just found one in the drawer.
All right, you found the key card. Yeah, so y'all are ready to wander around and look for the mother box if you'd like.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Eclipse.
Yeah, I think we should just so what were the two rooms that we can go in?
Oh, there wasn't a two rooms you can go in. So the two rooms you've been in there was a area that had a researcher who was working with alien technology, specifically in the application of making either hard light objects or programmable matter type stuff. And I think narrator had some Martian technology and decided not to steal it, but you
Right.
playing around with some. And then Further down that hallway is where you heard and saw and did the fight. So there, you're at the end of a hallway. If you look out the door from this office, there's another hallway that has a door that has a key card thing, and there was another hallway that y'all haven't been to. That would, if you were backtracking to the place where you first met that researcher.
I think we should go in that hallway that we haven't been in yet.
Yeah, let's go down there.
Sure. So y'all head that way. At the end, there's just a building. Sorry, there's a room. Lights are off, but you can see that there are some more, like, it basically just looks like there's more objects like that one researcher was looking at. But these look distinctly not Martian. If you could see through the window, like there's like I'm imagining it like how like a wood door, glass window on the door, like almost like if it was like a school, I guess. So you can kind of like see in.
Locked?
Oh, go ahead.
Is the door locked?
Are you opening the? Are you trying to open it, or are you attempting to open it?
Nair just opens it up like aggressively, like it noisily shakes.
It wasn't unlocked, so you just open the door. In this room, you see similar to that other research room. It's I'm imagining like like high school science lab tables. They're like those big slabs of like rock, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's like stuff spread out all over them. So there's go ahead.
Are there like little holes in these tables?
Holes?
In these slabs of rock?
No.
Like a hole, like you could take a big pitcher of water that you could pour into, just like that one story Eclipse always tells me about.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I should get into it on this AP, but I had a friend in high school who there were like these holes that went down to the wiring in these lab tables, and he would like pour water down to them every day. I'm actually curious, like, how maybe this is just like my brain in terms of like what I would expect would like open up to like a secret passageway, but like, are there do any of these tables look like they have like a draft or like open space like on the bottom?
You know what? That's a good question. We don't really have like a perception check thing, because I don't really think that's like a fun I guess you just investigate doesn't really count. Let's see. I think, all right, so you're like just looking around like for like a draft basically, or just like something that seems like out of place from what you've seen from the other research room.
Yeah, I also do want to ask, like, what are the mechanics of this like played mystery? Like, is this a mystery? Like, obviously this isn't a mystery, but like, is this a mystery where there's a predefined thing that we're pointing towards, or are you just kind of like following the fiction of the roles?
I'm more following the fiction of the rules. So
okay, cool.
Y'all, yeah, like I have a rough idea of what's happening in the background as the stuff is going on, but there's not like y'all are free to explore, because I think it's fun to explore, right? And also like time barely matters in like comic books, you know.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So feel free to like look around. There's no like hard, y'all, as far as you're aware, the two goons who were looking for the key card have been dealt with. No one else is down here. Y'all could just take a look around.
Right. Could this be observation? Right.
I think that let me see. I'm trying to think. Well, because I don't have like a
move.
move.
So moves, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have like a move associated with it. Let's see. Your observation is 2, so I feel like you would just find something, right? Like I think I would, in the case where a move isn't available, like that just kind of gives me a rough idea of like what you might be seeing.
Right.
So I think, yeah. So you're noticing that this got rummaged through a little bit, presumably by the Lex security that you beat up earlier, but they like didn't take anything from here. You do see that. Oh, you know what? You see like scuff marks on the floor around one table.
Interesting.
So you see scuff marks around one table, like kind of in a like maybe like going in a direction like it was moved back and forth a lot, and then you see that like one table was like rummaged through. It looks like because it's all kind of scattered, and everything else looks like a little disorganized, but still like placed. You can tell that someone was like, oh, there's notes out and there's a thing next to it, and that's the same thing that they're like writing notes about. So obviously someone just left this room or something.
Interesting.
I want to give a little bit more detail of this room so that way y'all can kind of get an idea. So 3 tables in this room. It's like a square room. 3 of those big like high school lab tables. One on the far right has been rummaged through. One on the far left has the scuff marks. Middle one seems to be almost uninteresting. All around the room are like little, almost like counters, you know, where you could stand up and do something else. And like filing cabinets and things like that. Let me know if you need any other details about this room.
Yeah. I'd love to look at the notes.
Sure. Let's see. So you definitely see some items that are not Martian. I think before we described Martian technology is looking like, what if rocks had circuit boards like painted on them that like glowed and stuff? These look distinctly not like that. They look like what if nature was like a postmodern house? Does that make sense? Where it's like really or almost like I know these are like kind of 2 competing things. I'm having a hard time describing this, but like almost like brutalist like slabs, if that makes sense. Like really harsh angles, potentially some writing on them, but it's a lot of go ahead.
Some like Denis Villeneuve shit.
So it's just like, and that's kind of it. It's like slabs of different sizes, different shapes. They all seem to have these like really harsh angles, maybe some runes on them, and the notes are kind of describing where some of these have come from and what they have been able to reverse engineer that some of the slabs can do. So one in a middle table, for instance, one of the notes is talking about how it's this thing can copy and paste things, cut and paste things. So it can point at an object and then it'll kind of disappear that object, and then you place it somewhere else, or you point it somewhere else and press the paste button effectively, and it'll bring that object back over there. Is what the notes are saying. Let me know if you want any more of these objects.
Interesting. Are there any that you would want to look at, narrator?
I'm gonna push the table with scuff marks.
Yeah, sure. So you're pushing the table with scuff marks, and you see like a little like caved out area underneath the slab, where it seems like someone had been like stowing away some of these artifacts. These look like a 3rd artifact. So Martian was stone that looked like it had motherboard and circuit board stuff like painted on it almost. These other ones were like really harsh angled slabs and stuff with runes on them, and these are all rings.
Pick one up and put it on my finger.
Sure. What color ring did you pick up and put on your finger?
What colors are there?
There are. 1 second, please.
Oh dear.
I forgot I couldn't remember the list off the top of my head. 1 second.
My wife's gonna become a lantern.
Ring colors? Can't remember all of them. Okay, here we go. We've got a white one. We've got a red one. We got an orange one, a yellow one, a green one, a blue one, a purple one, a pinkish one, and a black one.
I'll put on the white one.
All right, cool. You pop the white one on, and hey, narrator.
Yeah?
Have you ever been dead before?
I don't think so.
All right, nothing happens.
Awesome. I hand the white ring to Calendar. Calendar.
Hmm.
You want to try it on?
I mean, okay, out of character, I don't know. Like in character, I don't know the thing. I mean, yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna try on a black ring while I give the white ring to.
I think King Calendar would be curious enough to try it on.
All right.
And while that happens, I'm gonna try on a black ring.
Who puts on their ring first of these two rings?
I feel like Calendar Man probably goes on first.
All right.
Yeah.
King Calendar, have you ever been dead before?
I was gonna say yeah.
When was it? When
Well,
are you
'cause-
considering yourself having died?
They were unmade, right? They were like remade into well, not unmade, but like they traveled like far into the future.
Right. And then came back reborn as a new character from the old rule set.
Yeah.
Okay. When you put the ring on, you feel it tug at your soul in a weird way.
Hmm.
And you don't feel like something's missing, but you feel like something is around, if that makes sense.
Interesting.
But you don't see it. Maybe glows a little bit, like very faintly when you put it on. And you feel that feeling of like the tug at your soul and a feeling that something isn't missing, but like almost like someone's looking at you, but not necessarily hostilely, but just like you could feel another presence tied to you, if that makes sense.
Huh.
Yeah.
Would King Calendar know that this is a lantern ring?
Would King Calendar know that this is a lantern ring?
Probably. I mean, they've been in space, right?
Yeah. So I think you would know that this is a ring of life. And these normally bring back the dead.
Here's the question.
Yeah.
King Calendar, do you inform narrator that these are lantern rings?
Yeah, King Calendar would say, I think these are lantern rings.
Wait, holy shit! Really? Hold on a second, and then.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
Did you already put the black ring on as this was before or after this was asked?
Narrator was probably gonna wait until to see King Calendar's reaction,
Okay.
and when King Calendar says that it's lantern rings, I'm gonna try to put on as many rings as I can.
Okay. Oh boy. Which ring are you putting on first?
Black ring.
Oh boy. Okay. You put the black ring on. And
God.
it. Hey, you know how you can see the strings? Like kind of constantly?
Yeah.
Yours are rotting.
Oh no.
They're rotting off of you. Like they're not falling off, but it's like they're just like kind of slowly turning black. and look like they're like weaker in some way. Like obviously there's no real physicality to the strings. Like their tension isn't real, if that makes sense, right? It's all kind of a visual thing, but it feels like they can't even though you know this about the strings, it feels like these could snap at any moment, despite the fact that that's not quite how they work.
Oh boy.
Also, it does, not to borrow from a different comic book universe, it does a little like venomy thing where it like looks like it's kind of like webbing out of the ring and into your skin and body on your ring.
Boy.
So whatever finger you put that on, it's got a little bit of that. It's not spreading much farther, but it's there.
Hey, narrator, you should probably take that off before it has to take you off.
I take off the black ring.
You did not take off the black ring, actually. It is stuck on you.
All right, I'll put on the white ring then.
Multi-ringing it.
Okay. When I asked, have you died before, that wasn't like the ring asking you. That was just me trying to decide what was going on. It doesn't do anything when you put it on, but it does faintly glow. And when it does glow, the like webbing of the black ring goes back into it, and you're able to take that ring off if you want. The black ring, that is.
All right, I take it off.
Okay. Hey, crisis averted.
Great work, everyone.
As you're as as narrator is going through dealing with that ring situation, King Calendar, I think that you see like these are all in. There's a bunch of different rings. They're not like scattered. They're like in a in like a foam, not a foam container, but you know, like those like plastic containers that like have foam cutouts in them, like put something delicate in. It's in one of those, and you do see like a notebook kind of tucked underneath it.
Hey, Calendar Man.
Yeah, King Calendar.
Don't mind me for a second. I'm just gonna, and I try pocketing one of each color of the rings.
You're pocketing them?
Yeah.
Okay. There's like several of each color, all like different various like shapes and sizes. Excuse me. Okay. You just pocketing one of each?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do that.
I imagine having a bunch of lantern rings are probably gonna be useful.
Quick question, narrator, do you know much about lantern rings?
I think narrator probably knows about like Green Lantern and his weird like flashlight ring.
Sure. I don't know how much you Bun know about Green Lanterns and stuff. It's okay if you don't. I can give you a crack. Okay, so I think baseline, any hero on Earth would know about Green Lantern and what his ring is all about. He's the only lantern. There's one Green Lantern that has ever appeared on Earth. He doesn't appear all that often. And he but people like heroes, especially ones like tied to the League on any level, have like a rough idea at the very least of like how that works. So if you have any questions about it, so that both you and your character can have a baseline, let me know.
So I guess so I know, this is basically just every like color of the rings, like green, red, orange, yellow, and all that.
Yes.
Oh boy.
That's I guess out of character you would know. I think
Oh no, I meant like the rings that narrator pocketed.
Right. So the in character you would know that they're probably tied to the Green Lantern rings, because obviously you see Green Lantern ring, but you wouldn't know 100%. What was it? But King Calendar, you said that these are probably tied to Green Lantern rings, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, I take it back. I'm sorry. I don't know why I was trying to make that distinction then. But yes, so yeah, you just know that these are all different. You only know how the Green Lantern rings work because you know about Green Lantern, but you don't know how about any of the other ones work.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know how much King Calendar has seen of the other lanterns, but baseline,
Probably not much.
yeah.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
But yeah, this is just basically the full spectrum like rings that are here, right?
Yes.
Wow, that's wild. Why is there just a bunch of lantern rings here? That's not good.
If I had to guess, they were stolen.
Yeah. Well, probably.
I guess they were stolen. Meanwhile, narrators stuffing their pockets full of them.
I mean, would you rather me to have? Would you rather have narrator have them or a villain?
That's fair. I'm not stopping you. But yeah, that's where y'all are at now. None of the other rings are doing anything in your pockets. They're just kind of hanging there, not glowing, not anything.
Oh boy.
You should probably tell the Justice League about these, huh?
Will I have, will I
At
have-
some point.
Will I have to tell them about the rings I took?
Well, I mean, I assume you would.
I mean, I guess, but come on, you have like cool sword. You have like a sword. Can I have like an arsenal of rings that do superpowers?
But you can ask them if you can keep them.
That's true. That's true.
I just feel like they should be aware that we found them at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Which superhero should I dial this time to inform him?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was asking King Calendar.
Oh.
Do we have Green Lantern on Ring?
Yeah.
Unlikely.
Okay.
I don't. Let's see. I'm trying to. Yeah, I don't know when the last time you would have seen him on Earth, or even like reports of him on Earth. So,
Gotcha.
unlikely that you would have been able to talk to him.
Then I'm just gonna dial. What's someone else I'd probably have on dial at Justice League?
You might have Superman. You obviously have Dr. Fate. Let's see, who are some other characters that you might have on other heroes that you might have on speed dial? I'm sorry. King Calendar has would most likely have Batman on their phone, and let's see, who all have you met so far? Not the Flash. You'd have the Flash.
Question.
The Question. You'd have the Question.
Maybe.
Yeah. You'd have.
Does Lobo have a phone?
Say again.
Does Lobo have a phone?
Yes. Lobo has a phone because he knew to come to save y'all.
Right.
And that would be how they would communicate.
Headcanon, Lobo's phone does not have a screen.
Oh, absolutely. Lobo has like a jitterbug.
Yeah.
I'm vibing with Batman here.
Also, one other thing. So the way the phones work is obviously they work like regular phones in that like you have contacts for them that you've like met from previous adventures. I don't know if I've established that, I guess, as like a, hey, you could talk to any character we've seen on screen before, or I guess we've also talked to Martian Manhunter and he didn't appear on screen, but you can talk to Martian Manhunter too. But otherwise, the phone also works as almost like a bulletin board's not the right kind of word, or like message board, but basically there's another number on your phone that you could just send a message to, and depending on like what is said, someone may answer or text back or call you or whatever, just as a heads up. I don't know that I
Well.
actually like made that explicit. I felt like I did, but maybe I didn't.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna do something funny here.
Okay, I'm excited.
I'm gonna send I'm gonna send a message to that thing you told me about asking like for anyone to contact me and just go and in just general like a text message go. LOL. Just found some random power rings. Apparently, can someone call me?
Oh, that's perfect.
LOL.
So it's automatically gonna say that it's from you, just as a heads up.
Yeah.
I think you can also like, almost like a. I'm imagining it almost like Foursquare, where you can like tag another person, like another hero who's with you. Are you tagging King Calendar in this message up?
King Calendar, do you want to be associated with potential theft of rings?
Sure.
Yeah, tag King Calendar.
Okay, perfect. So that message, you see it like do a loading screen, synth, of synth sound and all that stuff, and it takes a few minutes before you get a call back, or you get a call on your phone, and it's Superman.
Oh, hey, Superman.
Hey, you said you found some rings? Is that?
Yeah, a full rainbow.
Are y'all dealing with the Lex Luthor stuff?
Yeah.
Oh boy, he's got me out battling robots right now. I could see another one coming up on the horizon. I don't know how quickly I can get there, y'all. But just did Lex have the power rings? I want you to imagine that Superman's like putting a finger up to his ear as he's talking into a flip phone. I just want you to have that mental image of that's what that half of the conversation's looking like.
He's like throwing empty cars back at a robot as he's doing this.
Exactly. Like, so you're hearing crashes and stuff in the background.
I do want to say I have the phone on speakerphone, so King Calendar can say anything.
Oh, perfect.
Awesome.
I don't know. I don't think this is related to Lex. Like, all the scientists we've met so far have kind of had no idea about Lex.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah, the researcher before, I like tried to ask him if he knew about Lex.
Yeah, explicitly,
yeah.
the researchers don't know about Lex, and only the people who were like directly and indirectly hired by Lex know about Lex in this situation.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Is it? You hear like another crash and stuff, and like you hear like a whoosh, and then you hear, wait, where are y'all?
At the museum, weirdly.
Museum.
At the museum, and you found. Oh wait, the Metropolis Museum of Science, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not good. He's probably after something called a mother box down at the bottom. We've been trying to hide that thing from him for a while.
Oh yeah, where is that?
Wait. What? Is there not anybody else closer than y'all two? He like sounds kind of like distressed, and then he shakes it off, and then he goes, "Well, it should be the bottom third floor, basement third floor. However you would say that. That's Josh out of character saying that. But it's underground on the third floor. It's behind a bunch of security measures though, so he shouldn't be able to get to it." You hear like you hear him like get flung into the ground as he says that. Oh, go ahead.
To be clear, you being anxious to tell us this is not because you don't you're not because you're worried about what, not because you don't trust us, but because you're worried about us, right?
Right. Yeah, I trust y'all too. Y'all saved me. Of course I trust y'all. You hear him like throw a robot. And like you hear a bunch of beeps and like crashing. like, no, the mother box is really, it's dangerous. You hear like there's a lull in the fighting and stuff, and just like, it's tied to dark side, it's tied to doomsday, it's tied to a lot of stuff, so just be careful. Lex getting his hands on that stuff, not good.
Hey, you said these robots are Lex robots?
Yeah.
I'm not a legal expert, but isn't having a bunch of giant robots kind of illegal?
Superman laughs and he was like, yeah, but it's Lex, you know how it is. It's
Who's
not
gonna stop him? The police?
yeah, exactly. Like, it's not.
Could he like the mayor? President?
Oh,
like
he is the mayor.
he is?
Yeah, he's the mayor of Metropolis.
Shoot, is that who I voted for?
And I'm sorry, it really got me. Superman says, like, also, I mean, did y'all run into any Lex goons while you were there?
Yeah,
And
we did.
and they said they weren't. And did you check any of like the log sheets and stuff, and like see what company was like the security team that they're a part of?
We did not check any log sheets, but we did find it. We did meet up with some goons.
King Calendar knew of log sheets and stuff.
Oh,
Right, yeah.
King.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying King Calendar to say.
Yeah, and they didn't work for like LexCorp. They worked for some weird, random nonsense company name, right? And you hear him like punch another robot. This time a little harder. He sounds frustrated at this whole concept.
Is it a shell thing then?
It's a shell thing. It's always hard to pin stuff on guys like him. You know how it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a Lex thing. If Lex is involved, he wants to get that mother box. These are obviously Lex brats that are after me, trying to tie me up, probably to keep me from the thing, because I could just whoosh in, whoosh out, get that thing. But I'm having to deal with this stuff. You hear him like put the phone into his hand to cover the microphone and go, I got you. I got you. You're good. You're safe. As he like catches someone who's like falling from somewhere.
Nice.
I really feel like this is a problem that you should probably take up to like the president or like the United Nations. This seems bad.
Yeah, it isn't good. I'll tell you that much right now. I do kind of hate it. I don't hate a lot of things. He punches another robot.
So why don't you take it to like the president or like the United Nations? I feel like if he has giant robots terrorizing people, that's you know.
Oh, see, they don't see it as terrorizing people. They see it as terrorizing me, and I'm a vigilante, technically. You hear like more crashes and stuff.
That's fair.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like, it's just me. I can handle it, right? Like, oh, here comes Superman. He can beat up a robot. He can push a meteor out into outer space. He can do stuff. He can fly. Anyways, we don't gotta talk politics. I don't know where this Superman voice is going. I'm like losing it and gaining it and losing it. It's very funny. He says, oh, go ahead.
So I guess I gotta ask.
Mm-hmm.
What does Lex Luthor want with a mother box?
Anything. I mean, that guy's always out to kill me. So it could be trying to create, I don't know, infinite kryptonite. Well, okay. So here's the other thing. Go ahead.
You could make a lot better things with a mother box than infinite kryptonite.
See, that's the thing, is that it's hard to make things with the mother box. The mother box is kind of like a genie or something. it's you gotta be careful with your wording. It asks you what you want. You gotta be careful with your wording because it has somehow this inanimate object has a sense of humor because that's just how Darkseid is, I guess. And you hear him like you hear him like saving more people and like throwing things and stuff and crashing and all that. And he's just like, yeah, so I don't know. He's probably thought of something, or he's just going to be reckless and ask for the first thing he thinks of. That's the other thing, is that the question happens in your head. So you touch it, you see someone touch a mother box, and then a thing appears, right? But to them, it's like they're transported to another world, talking to an entity, and the entity gives them a wish, basically.
So all you gotta do is touch it, right?
I mean, I guess you gotta have like the mental fortitude to deal with the question and seeing the vision and all that stuff. But yeah, basically.
So do you need like gloves to block it?
Yeah, it's skin contact. So if you had gloves, it wouldn't ask you the question, but you can move it.
Okay. Just all right. I guess what should we do with the mother box if he's trying to get to it? Should we like protect it?
Oh, right. You should hold out for as long as you can. He can't keep sending robots after me. I'm gonna destroy them all. So worst case scenario, right? Just hold on to it. If things get dicey there, find some gloves, find something, wrap it up in something. Just don't touch it, and bring it out of there. Get it out of the museum. Bring it to the hall. The Hall of Justice downtown. Bring it somewhere, but whatever you do not let Lex get his hands on it, literally or figuratively.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that works.
Like I said, worst case scenario, you just got to get it out of there and get to the hall. Best case scenario, I can be there in seconds.
All right.
I think, yeah, I don't know who else could get to you quicker than me, but I'm a little indisposed. You hear him crash through a wall.
All right. I guess I'll hang up.
Oh no! Bye. No nothing.
No, I was saying.
Oh, you were saying that. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were just narrating what you were doing. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I just hate him on Superman.
It's like, I know you're a little like flippant about the very powerful people in this universe, but man.
Yeah, I'll just go like, yeah, you seem very busy right now. I'll go now.
All right, I'll text you as soon as these things let up. Bye, y'all, and he hangs up.
So to be clear here, King Calendar.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to touch it too, right?
No, not even remotely.
Am I the only one here that wants to touch it?
You might be.
I mean, aren't you curious what's inside?
It seems like a bad wish.
I mean, what else would I want to wish for, though?
I don't know. Just don't touch it, then.
God.
I love this.
Alright, you wanna go find it?
Yeah, let's go look for this thing.
Yeah. So, I'll just tell you that there's like a card key area down that other path of the hallway from where the office was, which will get you down some levels.
All right.
So yeah, there's that. Obviously, there's back up to the top of the museum, where y'all came in from, where that staff area was that you talked that guard out of, or talked that guard into letting you past. And then there's the card key door. There's like a metal door. And then there's this room and the other research room in the office. I hope that all makes sense. Let me know if I need to re-describe things.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Let's keep going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's descend.
Yeah, sure. So y'all go to this other place. Narrator, you put the card key up to the little thing. And it opens up for you. And it's just a, like, I'm almost imagining it like a staircase in a Pokemon game, or just like somehow you're on the second floor already. It's not very eventful how you get there, but you're on the second floor. You see, it's a long hallway that goes into it's what looks like it's a long cross of a hallway, just one direction in front of you as you get down these stairs, and then you see intersection in the middle, left and right. There's a couple of doors in the hallway that you're at. The end of the hallway from your end is just a wall. You don't see anything. So let me know how y'all want to look around in here.
I wonder if I can maybe get a sense of like, what people who have been here recently have done.
Sure. What power are you using for that? It sounds like a power thing, is why I ask.
Yeah. I think it's honestly, it might be the theoretical one, perfect knowledge of the past.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. So theoretically works. I would like for you to roll theoretically works, which is roll plus your preferred stat.
Cool.
And so whenever you use a theoretical power while under pressure, and I would say that you're under pressure right now. It's like you're trying to beat Lex to this thing. On a 10 plus, you choose 2. On a 7 to 9, you choose 1. Your choices are take no harm, nothing breaks, and this power is now trivial.
Cool. So that is probably observation, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think you could probably use observation to kind of and your actual superpower to like get an idea of what's happened here.
Yeah. Cool. I got a 10.
Hell yeah. So your choose 2. Your 3 options are take no harm, nothing breaks, and this power is now trivial.
I'll say take no harm and nothing breaks.
Take no harm and nothing breaks. Perfect. So you like look around. How does it look when you use a power like this?
I think on the outside it's like King Calendar's eyes glow, and like they're like holding out their hands and I think like all their fingers are like subtly like carving these like infinities and hourglass shapes, and like slowly those like flit into the air, and then King Calendar like those like shapes like project onto the outside, and King Calendar can like see like not project onto the outside. They like hover and then like change shape and size and like become physical shapes in King Calendar's vision, and he's able to like see what happened here previously.
Hell yeah. Cool. So what you see is that do you see like people and stuff? Yeah. Or just like anything that's
people
changed?
made of light, kinda.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So what you see is you see like a researcher wearing a different coat and a different badge than the one that you saw upstairs. And they like look like past you because you're not like real in this, you know what I mean? They don't see you because it's a projection of the past, but they like look up at the doors that you just came through, and you hear the rumbling and the crashing of the two goons who were rummaging through that office, and you see them like their eyes kind of widen, and they like look around at the doors. They like duck under the windows on these the windows into these other rooms, and they go forward, take a left, and if you're like following them, the camera's following them around, they go through another door that has a key card and a pad, and you see perfectly what the what they press on the keypad to get in. And they open the door and go through.
Cool.
But yeah, that's what you see. Let me know. What would you like to do with this information?
Sorry, so how do they access the keypad?
So they just walk, because it's like a little cross of a hallway. So they just duck under all the windows to these that are. It's like the same window that we were, same window in the door that we saw before, where it's like looks like a classroom door almost with a window in it. And so they're kind of ducking underneath that and just walking to the other one so as not to be seen. They press a combination in the keypad, scan a key card that looks almost exactly like the one that, or no, it does look like almost exact. Yeah, looks almost exactly like the one narrator found, and then they get through the door. So it's not like, there's not like anything like stopping you. There's nothing blocking your way to that area. That's just the way. That's just how they got there. They just looked weird doing it for whatever reason.
Cool. I guess King Calder will kind of follow their path.
Hell yeah. Do you tell narrator what you saw?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Calendar will describe it.
Cool. So you go up there and you see a keypad. It's just a number pad, and you see the key card thing. The order that they did this in was keypad, and then key card, and the door opened. If you want to know the combination, I can just give it to you, or you could just mimic their thing, or it doesn't really matter one way or the other.
Yeah, King Calendar will just mimic what they did.
Okay, perfect. You do that, you get in completely easy. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Forgot that you had that ability. TBH.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. So you get in, and now you're on the third level. This one's like, this level's significantly bigger than the other. It is, when you get down the stairs into the third level, the room you're in right now is, lights are off. There's like maybe faint like computer screen glows and stuff that are kind of lighting up the area, but it's pretty dark. And it's like that one research room, but the research room we were in where you saw the rings and stuff, but bigger. 5 tables, nothing on them, completely cleaned and everything. And let's see. Yeah. And so it's just a room that looks like this.
Neat.
Let me know what else you want to know about this room. It's a funny room.
I guess I'll try investigating around to see if I see anything.
Sure.
As turns out.
Yeah. Y'all are looking around, or narrator, you're looking around. You see there's like a part. So before the other room, it had like stuff all along the walls, where like filing cabinets and counters and a bunch of other stuff. But you see this like one space in like the middle of one of the walls. It just conspicuously like doesn't have anything on it. Nothing on the wall itself, like nothing like hung up on the wall, nothing against the wall, like a filing cabinet or shelves or anything, or a counter, just blank. It's about
I rest my hand against it.
You feel it like give in a weird way. It feels like rubber.
I'm gonna. Hey, King Calendar, you looking?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some finger guns and fall into it.
God.
You. Okay, how are you falling into it? Are you just like falling backwards?
Yeah, I'm just gonna fall backwards into the rubber wall.
I want to describe what King Calendar sees, which is narrator fall backwards into this wall, Super Mario 64 into a painting style, and it kind of like ripples, and like narrator just looks gone. Narrator, you just fall onto your back onto a floor. You just like fall down. But you see a like significantly like bigger room behind you. I can give you more details when if King Calendar wants to come in to the same funny room, but it's a huge room. There's a ton of stuff behind you.
Yeah, I think King Calendar will just like descend elegantly.
You just like walk through like a normal like way to interact with a door and an opening.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. Narrator's still laying on the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up.
Oh, okay.
Are
Good.
you okay?
Was that cool?
No.
I did the finger guns.
Not very cool.
Y'all see this looks like I'm gonna try and find a picture real quick of like what I'm thinking of here, but basically it looks like a big giant cartoon sci-fi room, if that makes sense. I'm
Yeah.
thinking very much like Bruce Timm kind of style, especially like in the Superman cartoons, whenever they're dealing with like a science place and there's just like cylinders, just like big metal cylinders and stuff. It's like all over the place. It's almost like maze-like a little bit. You can hear off in the distance you can hear like keyboard typing and clacking, and it's like pretty frantic, but it's like way on the other end of this room. On the way there, it's like a lot of just things in cylinders, like lots of like artifacts and stuff that are just kind of hanging out. Again, they look completely different than the other three things you've seen. They look different than the Martian artifacts. They look different than the weird brutalist slabs. And they look different than the power rings that you found so far. But you see just a bunch of stuff all over. They have like faint glows in them, almost like they're almost like, I guess, like the visual language would almost make it look like it's like got a force field or something around, or some energy is happening in there to make it like float or hang out in these like cylinders. All of them are like attached to monitors and keyboards and computers and the whole 9 yards. And you see like off on some walls, you can't see everything from where you are at the beginning of this room, but off on some walls there are like big metal doors that have like a keyboard and computer attached to them. Like they're trying to keep whatever's behind those doors super secure.
I'm gonna go up to the keyboard.
Of what?
Any computer really.
Any computer. Okay, what are you looking for? What are you doing?
It has a like attached monitor, right?
Yeah.
What's on the monitor? Like, what am I seeing?
You are seeing it's first, I guess, let me know, are you looking at a door, or are you looking at an item in a thing? Is that where the computer is?
I guess door.
Okay, door. At one of the doors you look at, it has like almost like an SCP code name thing. I don't know what they would be called. Maybe like it's like MMS for Metropolis Museum of Science or something. And it's like got that some numbers and letters after it, like dash numbers, letters, and then like a really almost generic description of whatever's in there. This one, the one you're looking at right now, says that it's a portion of an extraterrestrial being, a very powerful extraterrestrial being. There's like almost like notes and stuff, like little things that they like some people have jotted down to kind of keep it like on the wraps if you were just to like look at a screen. But you see like some notes from like researchers and stuff saying like possibly regenerative. It sometimes rumbles, stuff like that.
Oh, it rumbles.
Yeah. But that's at that door
Hey.
that you're currently at.
Hey, Calendar Man.
Yeah.
You won't have any objections if I open up this door, right?
Be so careful, please.
I mean, they're just holding the thing up here in this cave, in this little room, right?
It did say part of an extraterrestrial being. Didn't say it
Yeah.
was the extraterrestrial being.
Can I get like any possible info from like the terminal? Any more info?
You have like technology stuff, right? Like that's like a thing you do is technology things, yeah?
I can control electricity.
Well, you can't control electricity, that's right.
But I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like, let's see. All right, for the job. They already had something planned for. I'm trying to think. Like maybe there's a way to use your powers. I think you could just like scroll through and see more notes and stuff. So it's never gonna. I will say right now, it's never gonna like name the thing, unless you have like a password or something, on this screen that you're looking at. But it'll have like a bunch of like notes from recent like researchers looking into it or something. One of them says like this one broke a power ring, stuff like that.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
Does this computer have a USB port?
Yes.
I'm going to always have the right tool for the right job, and say I'm going to pull out a USB port, a USB, and plugged in to try and get myself root access.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you do that. It does this weird thing. It looks like absolute like TV nonsense hacking, you know, like in a movie or television show. Where like, go ahead.
And considering Narrator's totally not like very savvy, that totally is like TV hacker nonsense.
Oh, absolutely. And it like has like, it like does a little thing where like it's like it's you in the mask, like it's your head and doing a little like wink, despite the face that your mask has no like eyes. It's like stuff like that. And then it like shows you just shows you what this is. It says that this labeled object is a part of Doomsday. One of his like knuckles like broke off during the battle with Superman. And they are trying to like reverse engineer like, how is this so powerful? Are these his bones? Is this just like, are these like his nails? Like what's going on here? Doing a bunch of like strength tests on it and stuff like that.
Is there a way I can get a bit like above like this specific file and like access the greater like contents of this whole area with this terminal?
No. So each of these are set to the thing that they're in, specifically for a reason like this. Of like, there might be a terminal like has all of them connected, but this is like almost like one way firewalled off from the rest, if that makes sense. So it's like you can see this one, you can see it's here, you can see it's talking to another computer somewhere, but it's not talking to anything else anywhere else, if that makes sense.
And that I'm going to guess that connection to that other computer is like one way.
Yeah, it's one way.
All right.
Yeah.
Calendar Man, what do you think of my hacking skills?
How are you doing that?
I'm talented. Second, I think we need to.
I will note, Calendar Man is like actually King Calendar's actually good at tech.
I'm just that talented.
Gosh.
But we need to find the computer this is hooked up to, because if we can find that computer, we're gonna have full access.
You still hear like frantic typing from very farther down in the room, by the way.
I'm gonna unplug the USB and start following the typing.
Sure. Going in loud, going in quiet.
Quiet, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go quiet.
Also, does King Counter have any like questions for me? Because like you did just say they're very tech savvy.
Yeah. So like, how's the system set up?
Uh, I, it's not Windows.
It's Linux?
Mm,
Mac?
mm, uh, maybe.
What if it was all just like, these are all just really weird looking Chromebooks? So it's just like Google Docs all linking up to one
God.
computer.
God.
As you go through this area, you're passing like a bunch of quite a few other doors. You're winding through here, cylinders holding different things, and one of them you see a like a spear that's like gold and with intricate designs all over it. You see like a blue beetle-y looking thing in one. You see a staff in another. You see a lasso hung up somewhere. You see a bunch of other stuff, and as you're getting like, I'd say like you're almost like two or three rows away from where the clacking is, you see that same person who unlocked the door in that like vision of the past. You see them hunched over a keyboard in front of a door, trying to get it open and trying to get stuff, or you just see them typing. I don't know if they're trying to get it open. I don't know if they're trying to get stuff off the computer, what they're trying to do, but they're just hunched over typing, and it's frantic. And they're like looking all around. They don't see you. They're like somehow just don't look in your direction. But
Hey, bud, what you looking for?
are you saying this from that far away, or are you?
No, I'm gonna try getting closer before I say it.
Sure. How close do you get before you say this?
Like pretty close.
Like right behind them, like you're like looking, like is this like like so there's like two ways that I could imagine this going down, right? Or it's like you're trying to disarm them, like trying to like get them off guard from like several like yards back, or like a couple yards back or whatever, or it's Looney Tunes nonsense. You're like looking over their shoulder like, yeah, what's up, doc?
I feel like it's very narrator to just get right up close to them.
King Calendar, where are you in relation to this happening?
Standing behind, arms crossed.
Behind both of them, or one of them in particular, or
Behind narrator.
behind narrator, arms crossed? Okay. Are you okay? Perfect. Okay.
Definitely looking at the screen too, like giving it a once over, seeing what's
Okay.
actually happening here.
So you are seeing on the screen that this is where the Mother Box 1 is what it keeps being referred to as on screen. This is where Mother Box 1 lives. Is behind this door. They're frantically trying to like look through different files on it, and like ways that you can access it, how to move it properly.
You need any help opening up that door, bud?
The person turns around. Geez, I have to remember the name of this character. 1 second.
It's
Okay, perfect.
Jonathan Luthor, Lex Luthor's son.
God, I wish. So you turn around, and the person turns around, and she looks at you, looks at King Calendar, looks at you again, and goes, "How did you two get down here so fast?" And she like takes a step back away from the computer, and starts to like reach under her lab coat.
So I'm guessing you want that other box.
She like smirks and says, "Well, Lex always gets what he wants," and she like rips off the lab coat as like a dramatic reveal, and you see this lady, blonde hair pulled back in a ponytail, got like kind of like black minimalist tactical outfit going on, if that makes sense. And she pulls a gun on you, narrator, and says, "You're gonna let me get this for Lex."
You took that lab coat off, like we should know who you are, lady.
Narrator's just gonna lean against the computer and just go, quick question before we get into like a fight or whatever. This mother box. It basically grants wishes, right?
Only a pedestrian would understand it as granting wishes.
Want to explain it to me then?
And she's typing on the computer as she's saying this, by the way. They're still doing stuff. I don't know if you've like positioned yourselves differently where you can't see the monitor anymore because of the gun and everything, but that's what's happening. Let me know how you feel like you're positioned in this scene.
Yeah, no. I guess I'm just like leaned against the door. Then.
You're leaned against the door. King Calendar?
I think King Calendar is like now kind of to her side, ready to like intervene.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't grant wishes. It creates objects. It creates life. And Lex Luthor needs this, so I'm getting it for him. And
sounds boring. This mother box.
She reaches into her pocket and she grabs a USB stick that looks similar to the one that narrator had, but like Lex Luthor themed, I guess is the best way to.
Goodness.
And pops it in, and the entirety of this room starts to like flicker when she does that. Let me know if y'all are doing anything. Feel free to interrupt me as I'm describing things.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm just waiting. Because I have a plan here, so I'm gonna like wait for this door to open.
Okay.
This is like a box that she threw down.
Say again?
So wait, is she holding this box or did she put it down?
She's not holding the mother. She's trying to get the door open to the mother box.
Right. So what was the thing? The flickering thing?
Oh, she like plugged in a USB stick like narrator had, but it was like labeled Lex Luthor, and she like popped it in. And it like did a weird like I'm imagining it almost looking like a really like awful like 80s visual effect of like lightning popping up all over, like drawn over, and then now everything in this area is like flickering and like dimming and coming back up, and like it's like it's harder to see. It's not like flickering flashing, but like lights are going down and coming back up, and like it's just kind of hard to see what's going on now. All the monitors are still on, so like you get that like faint like blue glow of monitor in this room.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue laying against the door because I have a plan.
Okay.
Yeah, I think King Calendar is gonna like trust that narrator can get to this thing first.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, your narrator is the closest. Go ahead.
I know I was talking about big game about the weapon idea and all that, but I honestly have a different idea what to do here with the mother box.
Oh, perfect.
Which might be a lot more interesting.
She, as everything's flickering, she reaches towards her wrist and presses a handful of buttons and says, I think we should even the playing field here. And in pops, she presses a few buttons, like a purpley light, purpley green light, like kind of appears next to her. Or I guess wherever you two aren't, I guess is maybe the better way to put this, but still close to this lady, and it's Lex. He's wearing an awful like graphic tee of some sort. It just the worst, like, sarcasm's my native language type bullshit. Jeans, and he's got 2 gauntlets on, similar to the ones that in that fight y'all had with him.
Who's this?
As you say, who's this? I think he looks over at the woman and says, "Mercy, is it done yet? Are we? Come on, you interrupted me for this."
Oh my god, is that seriously your voice?
I can't
Lex
remember what
Luthor?
Lex's voice is. I kind of wanted to make him a little whiny because I thought that was fun, but I don't remember what his voice said.
Lex Luthor, is that like I was going to do a bit here? I was just going to do a bit here and pretend I don't know who you are. But is that seriously your voice?
Is he narrator? And you're not Calendar, man.
No, I'm King Calendar.
They didn't even send their best to stop me. Pfft, God.
Please, let's go back to the question of importance here. Is that you're not doing a bit here? This is your voice.
What do you
right?
mean? Is this my voice?
Hey, Lex Luthor. I've actually been to the future, and your family remember you as a bastard and a coward.
They think all their minds were too small. Who gives a shit? That I had power, and that's what matters. And he's trying to poke you in the chest about it, like you just angered someone who wants to speak to your manager.
Oh, and that's fair. Actually, what I meant to say is that was in another timeline. This one, they're gonna forget you.
Like they would. My name's on buildings. I've got power. I've got money. No one will forget me.
Please.
And trying to back you into a corner almost is getting upset about this idea.
You sound like Sheldon from the Big Bang. It's absurd. I literally can't take you seriously, Lex. Oh my god, please. Please tell me.
The
Please
flickering.
tell me this is a bit.
The flickering is getting more intense in this room. Narrator, you feel the doors start to whir and make mechanical sounds.
Oh. I'm gonna prepare something here. You know that infamous double jump that I do that's very badly constantly every time I do it?
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna prepare a double. As soon as these drawers open, I'm gonna prepare a double jump to jump right into the room to grab the box.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you're preparing that. This is cool. I like that a lot. What level is your double jump? It's theoretical, right? Or no, it's something else.
It's not even official power. I've done it several times. It's just every time it's been disastrous.
Oh, I know what it is. It's your I hope this works. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, it's a hope. I hope this works. Yeah.
Perfect.
I've done it 2 times. It's just each time I've gotten hurt.
You've had really bad rolls on it. So mechanically, just so we're all on the same page, I'm gonna let you roll 4d6 and take your whatever highest, whatever numbers you want from those dice.
Hell yeah.
Whatever 2 plus. No, it's just a roll. It's not a plus a. It's not plus a stat. So you're just gonna roll 4d6, take whatever 2 dice you want from that pool, and that'll be your result.
I just love the idea of narrator having canonically this double jump, but every time they use it, it hurts badly.
Just because it's a thing that you kind of know how to do, but have not quite gotten it down yet.
Yeah.
Right. Perfect. Okay, so you're loading that up. You can feel it. You can feel at any second this door's about to voosh open. There's a couple. I'd say there's go ahead.
Oh, so roll the 4d6.
Go ahead and roll the 4d6, and then I'm gonna shift to King Calendar for just a second because we got a couple seconds before this actually goes off, right? you King Calendar, what are you feeling? What are you doing now as this as things are getting like worse in this room?
I think I like the idea of King Calendar saying, I have a move from predecessor, which is I am my title. When you declare that you are your inherited title before an important action, roll plus your bond with your predecessor. I think.
Oh, that should be gain 1 on your next roll. I don't know if yours might look
Okay.
different than mine.
Yeah, I might have an out-of-date one.
Yeah.
So I think King Calendar is going to Oh, that's interesting. Sorry. Yeah. I think I want King Calendar to know exactly like King Calendar's gonna like keep like eyeing Lex Luthor and is gonna know exactly when Lex Luthor is about to like strike him. And once is gonna like basically like try to stop his strike and then be like, like my sense of the future is better than yours, considering I am, I am Calendar Man.
Yeah. Perfect. I love that so much. So he like, so you're saying like right before he strikes, you want to say this, yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect. He's like, yeah, I think that's exactly what happens. So he like is getting frustrated and he just says like, fuck this. And he like goes in for a swing with one of the gauntlet hands, like directly to your stomach is what he's trying to do.
Cool. It seems like protection to me, I think.
We defend someone or something from harm. That one?
Oh, yeah, maybe not. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I realized that I did make an observation move and I just didn't use it. Oops. Yeah, I think I will protect you. I think works.
Cool. So that is +2 because it's +1 plus another from the name.
Mm-hmm.
That's an 11.
Oh, hell yeah. So I guess take damage for someone else. I mean, it's just for yourself. You're just protecting yourself, right?
Yeah.
So I think I would like to, you could like redirect this or something. You could do whatever you think makes narrative sense with that first one. And the second one is create or increase a bond with what you're protecting, which is, I guess, yourself.
Yeah. Or it could be the future.
It could be the future, yeah. Whatever you think, yeah. I think the future would work too.
I'm gonna go with the future.
Hell yeah.
With the future.
So yeah, take control. What do you think that because it's not, I guess taking damage for the future doesn't quite make sense, right? But, how do you think that works instead? That first choice.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a cool way for that to work because
Sure.
I think that's fun.
Yeah.
Wait, so do I get both the like deflect and the bond thing, or is it just the bond thing?
You get an 11, so you get both.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're increasing your bond with the future for sure, and then I'm kind of letting you do what you want because this is the move that makes the most sense, but we don't quite have a way that fits into this specific situation. So I'm just kind of letting you do what you want with that first option of take damage for someone else. We can redirect damage, whatever, however you want to deal with that. I'm leaving the ball in your court.
I have like a very indirect and kind of silly thing here.
Hell yeah.
But I think it is something that King Calendar would like be able to do intentionally using their powers, which is like Luthor fires like a beam, right? Like at point blank at King Calendar, and King Calendar like parries the blow, and like knows that like at this time there's an armored Luthor Corp truck bringing like $100,000 in cash, like from like a primary location to a secondary location,
Oh,
and
hell
like
yeah.
he aims the parry properly so that it like the laser hits the truck and it just like flies open, and you just see like a bunch of people like rushing over and stealing money from it.
Oh, hell yeah. So it like creates this like hole going from the third floor up to the ground level
Yeah, like
in the street. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. And it's just this direct hole. So now there's light pouring in from that too. It's still
Yeah.
like pretty dark-ish, but like, yeah, you see that camera pans up. You see the chaos from that. You see like another shell company of Lex's on the truck. And another shell company dealing with like security for it and like holding their heads, like trying to figure out what's going on. They're completely rattled. Lex is Lex sees that, looks at you, and is just like fucking fuming. And as that goes off, that was all that this whole system needed. The doors swing wide open. Narrator has their double jump prepped.
Yeah. I'm going to ask, can I burn a bond with a narration to bump up this roll? Because I'm noticing I only get around a 6.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what bond are you burning?
With the narration.
With the narration.
That feels like it to make some. Wait, no. Actually, the Flash.
With the Flash?
Yeah, because I feel like the Flash probably. I feel like the Flash probably gave some like tips and like tricks about. Gave like some advice, not like advice, but like some snippets and like fun facts of how their powers work that like help factor into this.
Okay, perfect. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so you are going from. So what was the highest roll that you could have gotten, I guess?
A 6.
6. Okay. That was from 46?
Yeah, 46.
Okay. Okay, so you oh boy. This is what level of power do you think this is? Trivial, theoretical, experimental, or lethal?
Honestly, experimental.
Experimental. Okay. Okay, perfect. So this works. This totally works. You like, I guess because you like fell earlier, so you're like totally fine falling backwards now. So you're like angle, like you know the perfect amount to angle yourself. You get your first jump off. You're halfway across this room. It's there's a, it's like the mother box is floating in midair, like over like some pedestals or over a pedestal, like off on the other end of the room, being held, like there's a glowing light around it, the generic sci-fi looking area, right?
Yeah.
You pop your double jump, right? You pop your second jump.
Yeah.
You are going too fast.
Oh no.
So you've got options here, though. This is where the hard choice comes from. So you could potentially like maybe like the way that the pedestal looks, it looks like the two it's like a pedestal at the bottom and like almost like a similar pedestal but on the ceiling, and it looks like those two things need to like meet in order to keep the mother box contained, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So your double jump could go either way, right? So you could either knock them out and that would drop the mother box to the ground, right? Or you're not wearing gloves, right? You're just Just bare hands, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You'd have to touch the or you'd have to touch the mother box.
yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. I'm gonna grab the mother box
All right.
because I have a plan here. I got an idea.
Okay. You touch the mother box on that jump. For you, narrator, things look. It feels like time has stopped when you touch it. There's like a slight, like almost static electricity shock on your fingertip, or whatever touches it first, right? Whatever part of your skin touches it first. It's like a static shock on you, and once that shock like registers through your brain, it's like the rest of the world has just stopped for a moment. The rest of all of the light around you goes dark, and it's just you and the mother box that you can see. And then let me see, I'm trying to figure out which character this is that I want to bring in, or which figure this looks like. You know what? Fuck it. You see a figure come out. They're like, I don't know, 9-10 feet tall, built like a shit brick house, like just huge. They've got like gray skin that looks almost like stone. They're wearing they've got like big is that the right symbol? Yeah. They've got like a big blue like shoulder pad type thing going on the top part. Hands behind the back, almost like they're at attention. Big omega symbol in the built into the blue, black all the way down, big blue boots. The eyes are glowing red as they look at you, and this figure says, what is it that you desire?
Am I like standing up right now?
You're like frozen in this like reaching out towards the mother box position. You're not standing or anything. You're like, it's almost like someone had stopped you, and like you can still move sort of, but you can't like fall down or like put your feet down. You're just kind of stuck in the pose, but your head can still move.
Nair's gonna do their signature finger guns and just say, I'm gonna be honest, buddy. Two things. One, I don't think you can really give me anything I'd really desire. And two, I'm pretty sure once I get knocked out of here, I'm probably going to be knocked unconscious or either dead. But I do have an author of something you might want to know about.
The figure sighs and says, I do not think you know how this works, but I will indulge you.
So,
go on.
Do you know about Lex Luthor?
I've met him before, yes.
What do you think about him?
Insignificant.
Here's the thing. He's looking for this box. And, here's the thing about this. From what I understand about this box is, it's a bit of a monkey's paw situation. That's your whole deal. You ask for people what they desire, and then you get like a monkey paw situation because you want it to benefit you.
I do not know what a monkey is, but yes, I think we've got an understanding of how this works.
Here's the thing. Lex Luthor is annoying. He's a brat. He's annoying. But here's the thing. If he gets his hand on this box and he doesn't get what he wants perfectly, 100%, he's going to be very upset. He's going to be very angry. He's going to tear this box circuit from circuit to get what he wants.
The figure smiles when you say that he's going to tear the box apart. He's going to tear the box apart, and he says, I'd like to see him try. I know that even Superman couldn't do that here, which is why it is where it is.
Yeah. Here's the deal I want to make. I don't care what you do with the box, but I want
it off Earth.
You want the box off of Earth.
Yeah, but yeah.
Is that what you desire?
Knowing what I know about DC, this is such a bad idea, but
You really put me in this situation, huh?
I honestly couldn't have happened to a better person on this call.
Yeah. You really putting me in this situation, huh?
Listen, since you've been so gracious with your plan, let me be gracious with your time. You don't leave here until you answer my question. Now, obviously you can tell time is not passing, but it's gonna feel like an eternity for you if you never answer.
Is that gonna feel an eternity for you too?
I'm not real. I'm just here.
Oh. So you don't. You're not real. So are you like? I got a lot of questions, but yeah.
Ask away. You're wasting no one's time but your own. He like smirks, and his eyes like kind of glow a little bit more. As you were saying, you like slowly float to the ground and like are standing there, and you're holding the box in both hands.
So you really don't. So you really aren't worried about Lex Luthor and what he could do with the box?
I've known about he's been after the mother box for years. I do not care.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Josh,
Yeah.
wasn't there like a comic series where Lex Luthor got like one of the power rings?
Yeah, I believe so.
Could you give me a summary of like what happened during that comic? Like,
I can't remember which one. Let's see. Seems like he got an orange ring. Let me see. All right, it seems like he's the only owner of this ring in the regular DC universe. Oh no, that's not true. One other person. It's basically tied around like greed and like having the acquisition of like more things, like almost like a crow more than any, like not even like a money or power type of thing, but like I want to build my nest and have all the shiny things in it, and you just kind of like that is your only focus when you have the ring.
So I'm like curious, when Lex Luthor got the ring, what exactly happened, like the comic storyline?
Oh, I do not know, to be entirely honest. Yeah,
I was hoping like it had like very unfortunate side effects that like this weird box would want to know about.
I would say that because you, as we like established earlier, that the only like lanterny colory ring power thing that you've seen on Earth is green, that wouldn't have happened here. That's
gonna like do a narrator thing and like pull in something that was like one of the things that were like existence.
Oh, I got you. Okay. I mean, you could still you could just make up another situation where that happened. You know what I mean? You don't have to like pull from like the real comic book stories. I feel like the way your power works, it could also just be like how y'all were making the question go bananas. When you're just like making stuff up of like things that like absolutely were things that you remember, but it's not like an established thing in a different continuity or anything. It's just like you could just do that.
You know about the Power Rangers, right? Like the Green Lanterns, whatever.
Yes.
This kind of got retconned out of existence and everything. A lot of people know about it, but like, in one specific time, Lex got his hand on a ring, and the results were not great. And by not great, I mean he legit destroyed several universes. Now, imagine what would happen. Now, that is just a power ring. Now, imagine what would happen if he got his hands on this. And I point to the box.
His eyes never leave leave you. He's just like almost like piercing into like your soul, like looking through you almost as you're talking about this. And he says, those other universes are not my concern. He obviously isn't doing that with this one currently, and if those other ones have been retconned, as you so say, and have been erased from existence, then what do I care? I now know that he will do this, and I can stop it. I can anticipate that move.
Here's the thing, buddy. If he gets his hand on this box, it's gonna have unfortunate side effects. And what's gonna happen when those unfortunate side effects happen? It's gonna get retconned. You're gonna get retconned. You're just gonna get erased. You don't want that to happen, right?
How would you know that something would get erased? You don't know that. You don't know my power.
You remember Darkseid's brother?
Darkseid's brother?
Yeah.
Famous character.
Famous character, brother Darkseid.
Yeah.
I don't hey Bun, I don't know where you're going with this, so I'm gonna have oh, go ahead.
Yeah, just follow my I'm just doing like the question thing, but like more serious this time.
Okay. The figure like tilts their head ever so slightly and says, "No."
That's right. Because he never really existed. Because yeah, that what happens when you get retconned.
The figure like closes their eyes and like shakes their head and looks back at you and says, "I do not care about brothers I may or may not have had.
You care about you getting erased?
I'm not erased now, so I can stop it from happening in the future." I have the power to stop it, and I always will.
Do you have any clue? Do you have any clue about writing, world building, storytelling?
He doesn't answer. He like tilts his head and just lets you go. Lets you keep talking.
I mean, come on. This universe is, if you pay attention, at least somewhat, this world runs on storytelling. And here's the thing. People don't like characters, villains, heroes that are just superpower. They can just do whatever they want, whenever they want. And you just saying this, yeah, that's gonna get erased or something, because that's not gonna be interesting.
I care very little about what is interesting to humans.
I'm not talking about humans.
Then who are you talking about?
I'm talking about the universe. It's what's interesting in the universe.
If you insist that the mere acquisition and holding of power makes the universe want to turn on me, then I feel like I wouldn't exist,
no.
would I not?
No. It's not that. It's not that. That's an interesting villain right there. That's an interesting goal. That's an interesting like thing to oppose. But the problem is rise and when the villain just becomes too strong, too with no flaws, nothing. It's boring. No one likes that. And boring gets thrown away, boring gets forgotten, and boring gets written out.
They say, these are interesting stalling tactics. Trying to make me feel like, by being my perfect self, that the universe will self-correct in some way. Interesting appeal to power. Interesting appeal to me.
Well, literally, why do you think the reason I struggle so much? Why do you think the reason I failed so hard at that double jump?
You are simply untrained. You don't know how to use your powers. You've had your powers for what, a year? 2?
I could choose to know how to do it, but the thing is, I don't want. The thing is, that wouldn't be interesting. That's not fun. It's not fun to know how to instantly know how to do something, to have every power. Like, that's not fun. That's not interesting.
Funny. Aren't you someone who wanted my powers?
Yeah, I did write that on my sheet. It was mostly as a joke.
A joke. Easy to fall back on, saying it was just a joke.
Buddy.
Interesting. So, you wanted my powers, but me having my powers is narratively uninteresting. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, it was a joke, buddy. It was a joke.
Narrator. He takes one step closer to you. What is it that you desire?
I got 2 very good ideas here that would be very disastrous.
Hell yeah.
One, I could just be simple here, and I just say the cube to be unmade, or I could ask Darkseid. I could ask this cube to understand what I mean, like the true ramifications of what it mean, what I meant, what I mean, and how dangerous it is.
I think it's up to you. I like either of these options, honestly. So,
Clips, what do you think?
What were the options?
It was either just choose to have the cube unmade, or have Darkseid understand the true dangerous ramifications of what I'm saying.
I like the idea of him understanding the implication. It might be dangerous, but I think it's very interesting.
You know, Darkseid, I really don't think you get what I'm saying at all. Like, seriously.
all right. I want you. Oh, go ahead.
I just came in here. Like, I was just gonna propose a deal or like get this cube made. But you know what? I don't think there's a language barrier between us. So So you know what I desire? I desire you to understand, to fully understand how dangerous this thing I'm talking about is. How dangerous it is to you, how dangerous it is to all of us. And why you should be taking it very seriously.
Darkseid smirks when you say this. Your body goes back to the position it was in, like hovering in the air. He says, but of course, and disappears You're in like a black void now, all alone. The lights come back up. The shock happens again. And a little like spring is made, like a fingertip that touched the mother box. And like, again, almost like in this like warped time thing that you're experiencing, it like compresses down so hard. Like it's gonna hurt. It might, or something. It's gonna hurt something if it goes off. And then it bounces off of you, bounces off the spring, ricochets back into, ricochets back off the wall, through the door, into Lex's hand.
Oh.
Shattering the gauntlet. His skin touches. And his skin touches the mother box.
Oh no.
The okay. So you, because you've just recently touched it, I think that, and also just I think it would make for a very cool visual. You are unable to interact with what happened or hear what's going on, but in this like moment, time freezes for you and for Lex Luthor as his skin touches the mother box. You see Darkseid appear to Lex. You could probably walk around or look around as this is happening. You'll get put back to where you were, but you can't hear anything. You occasionally get little glances from Darkseid, like looking at you. And
I wait back.
Huh?
I wait back.
He doesn't really respond. He's busy talking with Lex, and after it looks like their conversation lasts so much quicker than yours did. Lights come back up in the universe, and out of the mother box like opens up almost like it's like it was a cocoon holding something, and like weird like ooze and like glowing ooze or something like comes out and like pours out between Lex and between King Calendar, right? There's like I'd say there's like a body of space between the two of you. Mm-hmm. From the blast and the parry and all that stuff, because it's all happened very quickly, despite it taking a lot of time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So his stuff oozes out, and it's forming, and it's being put together, and it becomes humanoid, and it becomes big, and eventually like it stops glowing, and it becomes what looks like a person. They're hunched over, got long hair, almost like down to like their stomach, kind of covering their face. And they're just kind of like standing there like hunched over. And the mother box closes back up, and just kind of like falls to the ground outside of Lex's hands, because he just like drops it. Oh, how much time do we have left, so I can decide how the rest of this goes?
I'm good to hang.
Oh, hell yeah.
Good.
All right. Yeah. What do you guys do when you see this? What do you?
Man,
Seems bad.
is Lex like aware and awake?
Oh yeah, Lex is shocked at what he's seeing. Like he's not talking. He's just like looking at this thing in front of him, this humanoid, this person, in awe. Mercy is like very confused, because
I like Lex. I go like, man, you literally had the chance in a lifetime to have a real conversation with like an actual real super villain, like enemy of like everyone, and you just spent like three like 30 seconds. What is your damage?
he like looks over at you and goes like, "You saw that?"
Yeah, I like spent several minutes, like I think like 30 minutes, almost an hour, just talking to the dude.
You must not be
didn't?
someone who knows what they want. I knew what I wanted as soon as I touched it.
No, I just wanted to talk to him,
Um,
and you didn't. You didn't even care. What like, well, you're boring.
as you're saying this, he like slowly puts his hand on the back of the figure, and they like almost like that touch gives them life in a way. And they like straighten up a little bit, and they whip their hair back. This person is tall, built like farmer strong, like they've been living on a farm for like decades, right? Skin tight suit, kind of blue at the top, black all the way down, red boots. Their skin is like pasty white almost. Their eyes are blue, and they have an emblem on their chest, and it's an S, but it's backwards. And the eyes kind of look around, like they almost like someone who's like just woken up, like doesn't quite know where they are, and they say, "Me, am Superman."
Boring. Literally just made of Superman clones. Seriously, Lex? This is what you wanted?
If I can't beat him, I'll just make my own.
Oh my fucking god, Lex. You literally had God at your fingertips, and this is what you wanted.
Go ahead.
Like I was seriously worried for a second, and you just want a... Oh my god. I just
I got
stare
it.
at your calendar.
It is pretty bizarre.
I try to educate like this box on how dangerous life was and put mortal terror in it, and it's boring.
Mercy's like kind of like lowered the gun, and like kind of like looks at Lex, and like almost like stage whispers. It's like, they're not wrong. Like, this isn't. The mother box can give you anything, and you just wanted another Superman? I don't understand. You don't even like Kryptonians. And Lex says, none of you see the brilliance of what I've done here. I've made my own. I have a Superman in my back pocket. I never have to face consequences for anything. I can do whatever I want in Metropolis starting right this second. And who's going to stop me? Superman? No. I'm on good terms with Doomsday. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen him. I don't know what Doomsday's up to. But we were on good terms the last time I saw him. I brought him into this world. And he like points at Mercy with like the other like gauntleted hand, and it's like glowing. It's like, don't you talk back to me. You wouldn't even have a job. You wouldn't even be here. You wouldn't have a job. What about your family? They'd have nothing if it wasn't for me. Go ahead. Sorry, narrator.
No worries. Narrator's just gonna stare at Lex, like throw this tantrum, and just go, I'm gonna be honest, you're acting all prideful, but hey, I also touched the mother box. What do you think I asked for? What do you think I desired?
He looks over at you and looks at your hands and sees that they have nothing in them.
I held up my empty hands.
And he looks at you, and he just says, it doesn't matter what someone like you wants or what you desire. I got what I wanted because of your desires. So who cares?
Buddy, you got a brain in there. I'm sure. I have nothing in my hands. I got nothing out of that bill. So, aren't you
perchance curious. Like I had God at my fingertips.
Sure, indulge me. What did you desire?
Yeah, well, I literally told the box to literally understand how dangerous you getting this box would be for literally everything ever. And yeah, uh I'm gonna use my superpower here to pull out like a smoke and like light it up and take a drag out of it. I guess this universe is gonna get another retcon.
He just like shakes his head at you. It's like, none of you understand, but that's fine. I don't need you to understand. I just need one person to understand. And he like touches the back of this like cloned Superman, and like their eyes look more awake as he does this, and like lightning fast, they grab the box and hold it in both hands from the ground, like almost like blink, and they just hold on to it. Nothing happens. They just hold. It says, look, I've gotten the mother box. I've got a Superman at my disposal who can do anything that I ask him to. I don't even have to say it out loud, and he will do it. He's loyal to me and only me. I don't think you quite understand. You got what you want, narrator. I have everything I could ever want or need to have anything I want or need.
Kid,
Yeah.
I think you're profoundly underestimating how powerful myself and my associate here are.
I don't really think we need to do anything here. We could literally just wait, I don't know, 3 weeks, and none of us would have any memory of this.
What?
Do you?
Go ahead.
Because like, I'm gonna be honest, we really screwed up the course here. This is not planned at all.
No one's going to help you, and no one who could help you can deal with this. Lex Luthor and a Superman teamed up against any of you. I don't think you understand.
No one's gonna help us.
I did for just 1 second go like, oh yeah, Superman's on his way, huh? It'd be funny if he just flew down that hole.
Yeah.
Let me see. What do I want to do here? Lex looks at you two, looks at Mercy, looks at the Superman, and he touches the back again, and again the eyes blink. They seem more awake. They seem like they're very cognizant of what's going on. And the Superman looks around at y'all and goes, "Me am better than Superman."
Yeah, sure you are, buddy.
Like looks at you and tilts his head and just says, "Fragile."
Yeah, pretty fragile.
Looks around.
What?
Oh, go ahead.
You want to test how fragile I am?
Shakes his head and says, "Waste of energy." He looks at Lex.
Yeah, that guy's pretty fragile too.
Looks at Lex and goes, "Where to?" And Lex like watches this happen and looks at you two and Mercy, and it's like, see, I don't quite think you're getting it. I could just get, I've got everything now.
I'm gonna look to the Superman clone into Lex and go and just go, really? You really gonna take orders from that guy?
you see a string vibrate off of them.
Oh boy.
And you see them like turn their head and look at you and go, "What's wrong with him?"
I mean, he's literally more fragile than me and the other guy, and I point to Calendar Man. Literally, just literally even more squishier than anyone here. You really don't have to take his orders if you don't want to.
He looks at you and like squints and says, "Want?"
Yeah, you can do what you want.
Yeah,
Like-
you can do whatever you want.
He looks over at King Calendar. Want? And he looks at you, and he says, "What do you want?"
Me?
King Calendar, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I guess I mostly just want the city to be safe, and I don't know. Eventually, I want to live somewhere someday. People that I love.
He like tilts his head. He looks over at Narrator and says, "What do you want?"
I want to put on a good show.
He says, "Show?"
Yeah. Everything's just a play.
He doesn't understand, but like nods, I guess. And then looks over at Mercy and says, asks the same question. And Mercy says, she just wants to get out of here in one piece. And then finally, he looks at Lex and asks, "What do you want?" And Lex looks him like up and down and like this is such a weird like thing, but you know, like when a character, like when a like a really like wimpy like shitty character is like significantly shorter than like someone who is like nice and powerful and like way more powerful than them.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of stance. And says, "I want you to hurry up and get us out of here, you big oaf. Come on, we at any moment anybody could be here, way more powerful than these two chuckleheads. So come on, we gotta go."
I raise my eyebrow to the Superman clone again.
Mm-hmm. The Superman clone like looks at you two almost for like advice. Like it doesn't say anything. He just like looks at you two and like just kind of like, I don't know, like just like looks to you almost like in that way where you're like trying to silently get someone to like say something.
Well, you know, you said that you want, or that you think that you're better than. You said that you're better than Superman, right?
Looks over at you, at King Calendar, and he like slowly nods.
Well, Superman helps people, so maybe you could do that.
So I help Lex?
No, hold on. Listen, here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest. You can be whatever you want. You can be a supervillain. You can be a superhero. I don't. Listen. Here's the thing. Here's all the thing that matters. What do you want to be?
Look, he looks at you. He looks down at the mother box. And he looks.
Yeah, you can touch that too if you want.
What was that?
You can touch that mother box too if you want.
I mean, he has hands on it. He's just been holding it in his
Okay.
hands this whole time.
Okay.
Like, I like to imagine that that's the only thing that like isn't moving. Like everything else is like kind of moving very slowly and like with like very deliberately. If slow. But like the hands and the arms and everything are just kind of like locked to the mother box. Almost. And so he looks at the mother box, and he looks at Lex, and he looks kind of out, like kind of not really at anything, just kind of like out and up into the room, and just says,
Come on, go rogue.
he just says, Superman, he like looks down at Lex and said, you desire Superman. And the clone starts to like hover off the ground a little bit.
Come on, go rogue. Come on. They're just like cheering this on and saying this in the background.
Lex is like holding onto the arm of the Superman clone as he like starts to hover. It's like, yeah, I needed a Superman on my side. Come on, get with the program, dude. And the Superman like hovers like a little higher, like maybe like 6 inches off the ground or something, which is starting to like pull Lex into the air a little bit. Just a little bit, like not, he's like on his toes basically, trying to like stay a little bit on the ground. And the Superman clone kind of like looks again off into the distance and says, want be Superman? And he like finally takes one hand off the box and like it doesn't look like he's ripping Lex's arm like Alex's hand off of him, right? And I don't mean that in like a gross like bloody way. I mean that in like just taking his hand off of him. But it's like obviously Lex was holding on with like all of his might, and it looked like all the Superman clone had to do was just kind of like gently push the hand away. And that's as much like effort as it took. And he hovers higher and he fucking zooms out of that hole in the wall that was made earlier in the ceiling. And
He
he's
just goes.
Neat.
And Lex Luthor's just left here, right?
right. It's Lex and Mercy are still here. Lex is
Yeah,
like
just
looking
goes-
up in the hole, like kind of in disbelief. Yeah.
There, just goes buck wild. I knew he'd get rogue.
As you say that, a different like blue and red blur darts in, and stands up real quick and goes, "What I miss?" And it's Superman.
Hey, you got a brother now.
A brother?
Yeah.
And he like looks around at everything, like it looks slow but frantic at the same time, and he like sees that obviously the door to the mother box's room is open, and goes, what What happened to the mother box? Did you two lose it?
Lex got it. He wished for you apparently, and that you went rogue and left. And I think that guy still has it.
Yeah, there's like a weird Superman. Is there like, can we go up with like a name for it? Like, it's like a strange, like an odd Superman.
Odd Superman. We can workshop it.
Yeah,
code
sure.
name.
Yeah. Can I say up front? Isn't it kind of pathetic? And I point at Lex Luthor that the only thing he wanted when he had literally God at his fingertips is just a gooey Superman.
And then, oh, go ahead.
Well, I mean, did I ever tell you what happened in the world without Superman to him?
Are you saying that to me, or are you saying that to? Okay.
To narrator.
Oh.
I guess narrator and Superman.
Superman shakes his head.
He gave up.
Wait, who gave up?
Lex, he really only wants to hurt you.
Lex is like, I would never give up. I don't think you understand who I am. And he starts to like go for a swing, another one, and Superman just catches it, breaking that gauntlet instantly. On the other hand, and just like kind of like, I'm imagining him picking him up like a cat, like by the scruff of the shirt of the shitty whatever graphic T-shirt he's wearing, and like it's just like holding him up and like out. And he goes, another me. And
Also, I did touch the cube, and I do want to know I did come out with literally nothing. So
he like looks at you and it says, well, something had to have been made. You touch the box, you make something, or you die. Like, I don't understand. What do you mean?
Yeah, I didn't make anything.
That doesn't sound right. He like just looks very confused.
Had a long conversation with him, but I didn't really make anything. Unless you count making a conversation, making something.
I'd say that's something.
I guess that's something.
He's not a very talkative type, is he? Darkseid.
Not particularly. It's like, this is like the most dour you've seen Superman. Do y'all know where the box went though? Like we probably should get our hands on that as soon as possible.
I think Funny Superman has it.
Yeah, I think Superman 2 has it. Wait, should we call him Superman 2 or? Okay, Superman, you are Superman A, and Superman, this new Superman is Superman 1.
Well, we'll figure something out for them. All right. I guess we got. I guess I gotta go figure out where that thing went. Then he sighs, and he like closes his eyes for just a moment, almost like he's centering himself, and he looks up at you two, and he says, he like smiles, and he says, "Well, did a good job."
Can I please kill Lex Luthor?
No.
I literally have the gun right on me. I can just do it.
You have a gun?
Yeah. I pull out my Glock.
God.
You know, if you shoot him, I'm gonna catch a bullet. You know that, right?
He literally just caused so much trouble.
I know, but
he's also boring. He never does anything cool that's villainous.
He's getting so mad the more you say he's boring. I just want you to know.
Who gets mad? Superman or
Lex?
Lex.
Oh, Lex. Again, he's like being held up by the scruff like a cat, and he's just like, I like to imagine he's doing like the anime, like wiggling around and screaming, mouth bigger than the head, that type of shit. I can't think of like what he would be saying, but just imagine that. It's like the tone coming from him.
like I thought like if you got the mother box, it'd be something so much scarier. But no, it's just this clone of Superman. It's like it's predictable, I guess. Like that's what he'd do. But it's like I want is like him like boring. Cause he's just he's. Ugh.
Eclipse, I think you were gonna say something as well.
No, just very funny.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say something because I want to make sure we hit that before. How are y'all both doing for time? Because
I'm good.
I'm okay. I think I'm about at the end of this, as far as I can tell. So he, Superman, like just kind of like laughs when narrator is talking about how boring Lex is, and he like starts to hover, and it, like he puts his hand out. King Calendar, you can fly, right? I feel like you're
probably.
I feel like
I don't think I have.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't think I have a power for it, but like probably just conceptually.
Yeah, I felt like your like robot parts could probably make you fly.
That makes sense.
He holds out his hand to narrator.
No offense, but how do I know if you're the real Superman? Just to be safe.
He says, "Remember, you saw me do my my ice breath for the first time."
I dial a phone just to see if it rings on him.
It rings. It absolutely rings. It's like in his pocket. You can like see it.
All right, I take his hand.
Perfect.
Freako Superman also like weird guy Superman also has a backwards S.
Backwards S. Anything else different about him?
He's like blue.
Okay, got it. I'll be on the lookout. He takes. Oh, go ahead.
Make sure to respect what he chooses to be, too. I told him it's okay to be a supervillain, and I hope that doesn't bite me in the ass.
Superman just laughs and says, "Well, I mean, ideally he won't choose that, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there."
I think it's better than him choosing to do whatever Lex says, even if he winds up being a problem for us later.
That's my thought process too. A rogue supervillain Superman is a lot better than the one being controlled by Lex.
True.
Yeah. Superman nods, and he takes you by the hand, and he like flies y'all, or I guess flies you out of there since you can't fly a narrator, and Eclipse, you just, or I'm sorry, King Calendar, you just fly out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it for this adventure. So we can now, for this little arc, so pretend like credits are rolling or whatever. I would like y'all to do some downtime moves. I don't know that anyone's failed any rolls this session. So no experience, but y'all got some downtime stuff y'all can do.
Yeah.
So any scenes of the ones that we have got listed here, feel free. And I think that each of you have a downtime like class specific move or archetype specific move as well, or not really a move. This is more of like an addition to type thing, where it's like, oh, if your downtime moves includes this, you do an extra thing because it's part of your archetype, if that makes sense. But yeah, or alternatively, if you don't have any of these moves you want to do, if there's just like a little scene you want to play out. I know we have some bonds increasing and decreasing, so
I do have something in that mind.
Yeah, let's go. Narrator, you take the leads first. What's going on?
I'm gonna do "We Need to Talk" to increase my bond with the narration.
Okay.
And basically, what I'm gonna do here is try to figure out what went wrong with that deal with the Mother Cube / Dark Side. Like, try to figure out why he wasn't worried about him literally being erased, or literally everything being erased.
Hell yeah. How does this look?
Basically, just me going into like deep into the Justice League and digging up a lot of deep files on Darkseid.
Okay. So you're looking into. For some reason, my first thought was like you were going to introduce the narration as like a metaphysical entity that you were gonna have a conversation with.
I know this is more or less just me doing like in-depth research would help me get more in touch with the narration.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So you're like going in like some deep files afterwards. You're looking up stuff on Darkseid, associates, things of that nature. And you see that and a lot of things that keep popping up is this thing called the anti-life equation. And the general idea of it, at least what you can glean from most of this stuff, is that the anti-life equation is a kind of philosophical idea, despite it being called an equation, of like what a perfect universe would look like. So if a perfect universe isn't achieved through the anti-life equation, if it cannot be achieved through the anti-life equation, it gets destroyed, is like the kind of idea around this thing. It's like a wanting perfection in the eyes of Darkseid. And if he can't get that, then this universe is worthless anyways. Let it burn.
So here's my question.
Yeah.
The Justice League documents don't have the anti-life equation like as like a full thing, right?
Right. It's like a thing that he's on the search for. So like the anti-life equation is like a thing that Darkseid believes will bring about universal perfection, right? He goes between. Oh, go ahead.
So he wants perfection, basically.
Yeah, and the idea is that like this, it almost works on the same like mother box principle. This will give him what he desires, and it wavers sometimes. It's like it's always kind of similarly like him in charge type stuff. He's a big like dictator asshole, right? Mm-hmm. But like it's not magic, it's not technology, it's barely an equation, but it's like a thing that he's on the lookout for and that he's constantly trying to find. And in theory, if he gets his hands on it, all life in the universe will be under Darkseid's control. And if he can't get that, then this isn't a universe worth living in.
So what I'm getting is that I basically wish that what I'm getting is I wish that he understood that the universe doesn't really like things to be perfect, and he was not a fan of that, right?
Yeah, I think you could say that. I think you wanted him to see. Well, specifically, you desired to see how bad it would be to be in his hands. The mother box to be in Lex's hands.
Well, no, I like asked him to like see like what like specifically what I was saying to like understand the full implications. Yeah.
Right. And so I think the monkey paw curl of that was just, sure, I will see by putting myself in his hands.
Oh boy.
We'll see how bad he can be. Because, if he's not that bad, then who cares? I don't got to come to Earth. I don't got to do anything. If he is that bad, then, I can put some things in place. Mother Box has a connection to him.
How bad can he be? He's just helping the economy.
Yeah, exactly.
He literally didn't even give himself like retroactive knowledge of like the thing I was trying to tell him about. He literally just went, yeah, sure, and just gave the mother cube to him, huh?
Mm-hmm. I think, yeah, the thing about the cube is that it's very much like it will make the thing you ask for, but you're not gonna want, like, you don't want it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the way you want it.
It'll make the version of the thing that you want that Darkseid wants.
Exactly.
I mean,
which, like,
I got a good laugh at it Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a great thing.
Yeah. And also, like, yeah, now there's like another Superman that could, in theory, be turned on Superman, right? That's one less thing he's got to worry about.
Yeah. Here's my question.
Uh-huh.
Canonically in universe, did narrator the one who had the longest conversation in the Mother Cube setting?
I'd say
With,
second to Superman.
Second to Superman.
Mhm.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Because I say.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, because like the idea is that it like the reason why he says what do you desire is because it's an easy thing to just answer off the top of your head, right? You're obviously coveting this item, and then to finally get it in your hands, like in most cases when you get to it, right? But I think that in your case it wasn't like I want a specific item. You're like, I just want it out of this dude's hands. So obviously it made a little spring that would pop it into his hands. Or not, you didn't even want it out of his hands. You just like, I want you to understand how bad of an idea it is to put it in his hands. Like, okay, sure. So I'm going to put it in his hands. We're going to see how bad it is together as a family.
That's great. Yeah, that's great.
Oh, what else? Yeah, so when he asked the question, like, what do you desire? It's just quick, right? Because most of the time you're doing it because you do desire something on some level.
Yeah, at least narrator can come out saying they're the only person who literally touched the cube of God and didn't come out with anything.
Yeah, that spring is just kind of hanging out in that room now.
Yeah, narrator can literally like brag to people that they're super selfless.
Mm-hmm. Do you still have the power rings, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, just curious.
Well, did the Justice League take them away?
I don't know. Did you tell him about them?
Yes.
Well, did you tell him about the ones that you had, or did you tell him that there were ones in the thing?
Okay, I told them about the ones I had.
Okay, well then they probably took them back.
Aww.
Or no, they definitely took them back.
Why can't you keep one? That's sad.
Yeah, sorry, pal.
But yeah, I guess. But yeah, that is very funny. I guess narrators can like brag about being truly selfless now because they got nothing out of a Mother Cube.
Hell yeah, yeah, exactly.
I guess does this count as hit the books? Because I'm studying my knowledge during downtime, or no?
Yeah, absolutely. You're like legitimately hitting the books right now. Like you're so in the Hall of Justice. You're doing stuff.
So is that 4 bonds then?
You may add 1 extra result from your downtime move. So you chose we need to talk. So yeah, you may change the bond, name the bond and play out the scene. You may change the bond by 2. So yeah, you can move it up and down 4 spaces if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, so I got 8 bonds now.
Hell yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah.
That was.
Also, I kind of want to like make this into like I don't know how to make this into a codified mechanic, but I really like the idea of just like, do y'all have questions about what happened and like what I was trying to imply if it wasn't very clear? Because I just like that, because I mean superhero stuff is like that all the time, where I'm just like little things are hinted at and that I feel like I could sometimes they're not very clear just because that's how comic books are.
Yeah.
You kind of were you getting at what I was trying to imply with like talking about how dangerous it would be?
I believe so. I think just like that. I mean, I figured it was just like the general idea of him having it was bad and like would cause like basically universe shattering bullshit to happen.
Yeah, basically what would happen, basically what I was trying to apply to happen would basically like the universe where Superman wore that blue lightning suit that got retconned.
Yeah.
That's basically what would happen. That's what I was trying to apply.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get it now. Eclipse, you have a downtime.
Yeah. I think King Calendar. I want to do I think I want to do neither of us have any conditions.
Mm-mm.
I think
wait.
Oh.
Doesn't I think I think narrator had dizzy from no, that's not true. Dr. Fate healed you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right, Eclipse. No one has conditions. Sorry.
Cool. In that case, I think King Calendar is going to do practice makes perfect with Calendar Man.
Hell yeah. Oh, this rules. This is the ideal for me. This is like
Yeah.
what I saw this being. Yeah. What's going on in the scene? Lay out some details for me.
So I think, I don't think this is an exciting superhero training scene.
Sure.
I think King Calendar, wearing the most normal clothing that they possibly can, is helping Calendar Man at the queer youth shelter that he works at,
Mm-hmm.
and is like helping with the books, helping look over some stuff, dealing with any situations that come up.
Hell yeah. Awesome. So y'all are just hanging out in the youth shelter, the queer youth shelter, and working around. What's happening?
I think
Oh, go ahead.
like it's kind of quiet for a bit, and then because I think King Calendar is something on their mind, and like I think Calendar Man knows that.
Mm-hmm.
And King Calendar asks, "Hey, when how did how do you like how do you make people do better?"
Calendar Man. I'm picking. I really like the detail of like messing with like books and stuff, and so I
Yeah.
think he's like putting books like on a shelf. He's like got them hand by hand, and it's just like putting them up and like not looking at you like dismissively, or like not looking at you dismissively. Does that make sense? Like he's looking at the books.
Yeah.
Okay. And he like kind of like a little smile appears, and he says, well, you gotta give them the tools to do good, you know? Like, we provide a space here so that kids can have all the opportunities they can, you know? Lots of times you don't have that stuff. You don't have you don't have tools, you don't have resources, you don't have support. You just make bad choices, you know? And I think you can't make someone do good, but you can like push them in the direction.
Yeah. Why do you think Dad is still like that? I mean, you and I both love him and support him, but he keeps doing bad shit.
He nods and he like sits on one of those like library stools, you know, and like looks up at you, and he says, I know he can be better. I know he can. I don't know. I try not to blame myself, but it sometimes feels like maybe I'm not providing what he needs, you know? And it could just be as simple as he feels like he doesn't have control, right? We live in a weird world. Things just happen, right? You're friends with Superman. I'm friends with Batman. It's like we just live in a weird place. And I think that sometimes people feel like the only way they can exert control is to hurt others, you know? I think about this, right? What if I had lost you when you when things happened. He like kind of looks at your like robot body. I would have felt immense pain, and I might have lashed out, and I might have kept lashing out, right? But I also have a nice support system, people who care about me. I heard about how worried y'all made the question. I've got Batman, and I think that I wouldn't have gone back to old ways. Your dad, I think he feels maybe a little too comfortable doing those things, you know? He likes the feeling of control.
Was there something that he did before he did all this?
He laughs and he says, he's a stage magician.
Huh.
Yeah. He's a stage magician. And he doesn't have like, I mean, he never told me, but I don't think he has like a villain origin story. Not that he's told me, but he used to be a stage magician.
I think he'd be pissed at me if I found his old stuff.
He laughs and he says, "No, I don't think so. I don't think he could ever be pissed at you. He doesn't show it very well, but he does love you. He just doesn't show it very well. He doesn't show affection very well to either of us, but I know that he cares. I can tell, I can feel it, you know? So no, I don't think he'd be pissed."
I might see what I can find.
Yeah, go for it. And who knows? Maybe that's all he needs, just a reconnection. I don't know. It's not that I've given up on him or anything, but it's tiring, you know?
Yeah.
You know, you went. I know. I heard about the last time you saw him.
Yeah, it was a little rough.
It's a little rough. He's a little single-minded about some things.
Yeah.
But he isn't always like that. He wasn't always like that. I don't know. I truly believe someday something will click, right? What's the thing people say is that in order to get help, you got to help yourself. You want to help, something like that. You know, but it's a little goofy, a little too on the nose, but I just feel it, right? Every day I feel like maybe we're just a little bit closer, just getting him, you know?
Yeah, I hear you.
He nods and he like gets back up and starts putting up books back up. And he says, "Did something happen?"
Just there's another Superman. He might be evil. And I don't know. I don't want to fuck him up, you know? He's kind of like a Tarzan type, I guess.
He like nods. He says, "Nah, if he's hanging out with you, he's in good hands."
Yeah, well, I don't know where he is, so.
Well, what was the... Do you think he's gonna turn out bad?
Maybe. I mean, the real concern right now is that we don't want him to... Lex made him, kinda, and we don't really want him... I mean, I don't know, at least me and Narrator don't want him to just do what Lex says, because, you know...
He like laughs. He like laughs really hard, I think, when you say that. He says, "Yeah, I know with Lex. I get it." Well, I mean, always bring him here.
Yeah.
But
He might like this.
if he was born only, how long is this the time between now and when this and when the Superman clone happened?
Probably like a week.
A week. Yeah, he's only a week old. I mean, he's at least a youth, right?
Yeah,
Like,
true.
he might. We don't know how he identifies yet, but hey, he's a 1/2. We can bring him in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think. What did you tell him? Say anything to him?
I just kind of told him that he could do what he wanted. They shouldn't listen to Lex. And it seems like he kind of got the message. I mean, he fled from Lex, so hopefully he's off doing what he wants.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Sounds like sounds like at least he's on a right path, right? So
Yeah,
maybe you'll get to see him again.
that'd be nice.
Yeah. He smiles and he keeps putting the books back up.
Before we wrap up,
Yeah.
could I do a real quick scene with King Calendar?
Of course.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess like narrator's probably gonna like call King Calendar and like bring him over to the call King Calendar and bring him over to their apartment.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you two take the lead on this one.
Right. Okay, King Calendar. Here's the thing. I might have an idea that might help permanently disable the Mother Cube forever.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We're gonna need to talk to Time Trapper.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
And we're gonna need like their help. Like a lot of their help.
Sure. Is this some timey-wimey bullshit? Because we might want to be careful with that.
Yeah. So how the Mother Cube works when I was in there is that it stops time and it won't ever move again until you tell them what you want. So here's the thing. What if we get Time Trapper in there and force time to move?
What was that last part?
What if we get Time Trapper in there when someone is stuck, when one of us is stuck in the Mother Cube and force time to move?
That might work. I don't know enough, but we can give it a shot.
Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure. I'm okay. Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure one of us will kind of have like a specter of dark side permanently with us, but due to how, from what I'm getting, how it work, that means no one else will be able to use it.
Interesting.
Just as long as none of us, so just as long as one of us never like express what we desire to it, that cube is basically sterilized.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to give it a shot. Definitely down to try. I'm not sure if this will work, but I'm down to try it.
Thing though, we basically have to, due to how it works, we basically will need the Time Trapper to be able to show up when we most will need him, and him to understand what that means, because
Right.
we can't desire him to be there, because if we express that or call for him or whatever, you know,
Right.
yeah. And I think that's it for the scene.
Hell yeah. I love this. This is perfect, honestly. Any other like last minute in creditsy epilogue-y type scenes y'all want to run?
Well, actually, I think in the same scene, I think King Calendar would say that, Calendar Man, or not Calendar Man, narrator, I tease you a lot, but I do really enjoy doing superheroics with you. I think you're really smart.
I just tried to put on a good show.
Yeah.
I think you're really good too. Sorry, I hand you the USB drive. It's probably gonna be useless to you, but here. You
I can give
seem
it a look.
pretty confused with it.
Give it a
Yeah,
once over.
I got no idea what's in there.
That's going to be the next thing, is trying to figure out what operating system is on the thumb drive.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Lex OS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it running like Android 6?
Alright. Yeah, I think I'm done.
Hell yeah. Eclipse? Any
Oh no, I think I'm good.
All right. And we'll call it for tonight then. Thank you both. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Neat.
Yeah. Thank you both so much for playing with me. It's been really fun. I missed this. I've been like looking forward to doing the second part of this thing for a while. So I'm glad we got to do this together. Go ahead. Sorry.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Eclipse, what would you like to plug?
I would like to plug it's up to you really files coming soon. I'll have a date on Saturday. Look out for the trailer January 8th. Saturday January 8th. Also, it's up to you really playtests very, very soon.
You mean Sapphic World playtest?
Sapphic World playtests very, very soon.
It's up to Sapphic World, really.
It's up to Sapphic World, really.
Awesome. I'm so excited for all that.
Hell yeah.
My mask is in Sapphic World.
True.
Oh yeah.
Bun, what do you got to plug?
Not much. I guess like tomorrow, me and Eclipse are gonna do a Friday the video is in. Also an off stream.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna be off on stream.
Yeah, Saturday we will be beating off. Friday we will be playing Divinity.
Yeah.
Oh, so funny.
Yeah.
I'm excited for both of those. I've been Implausibly Josh. This has been Implausibly Average. You can find us on YouTube, search Implausibly Average. You can find us on Patreon. That's also Implausibly Average. You can find us on Twitter at Implausibly A. You can find me on Twitter at Implausibly J. Tomorrow we might be playing more Undertale, I think.
Ooh.
I'm so excited. I want to meet more. I think so. As we all know, I don't know a lot about Undertale. I think we meet the Lisa Simpson dinosaur character next episode.
Hell yeah.
So that's funny. That's gonna be great. But yeah, that's it for us. Thank you again, Eclipse and Bond, for hanging out with me and playing this game and figuring out where the pain points are in my tabletop RPG. I'm excited to make some work on it over the weekend. Yeah. Thanks again, everyone, and I will see you all next time. Good night, everybody.
Wahoo.
Oh, what's up?
Nice.
Wahoo.
Wahoo. Everyone's Mario. Wahoo. Good night.